Go for it.
Hi, welcome to the Ocean City, Maryland Chamber Chat. Today I'm with Cole Taustin of the Taustin Group, and we're just going to chat. So buckle up, listen in, see what we find. Hi, Cole.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
So what I like to do is, we're in the business of supporting business.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to bring a face to a name. And in this case, the Taustin Group. Same
Great.
last name. Clearly you belong there. So let's start with, how long have you been in the area, or are you from here?
Born and raised here.
Born and raised.
Yep.
Why do you stick around?
Because of the community. I was encouraged by my parents to leave, just to know that if I wanted, what I would be missing if I didn't come back, or what I'd be missing if I didn't leave. So my siblings chose to leave. I chose to come back.
Gotcha.
So I was away for college. I was away for, and I was away for a total of 7 years. But I was very anxious to come home.
Nice. So where did you go to school? Did you leave the state?
I went to boarding school in New Hampshire, and then I went to college in Rhode Island. So I got a lot of New England experience.
Yeah. Welcome back to the shore. I can imagine a bit of a culture shock, right?
Very different, but the community components are similar. So that was nice.
Yeah. I grew up in Southern Maryland, and I had to get out. That was my vibe. So I went to Baltimore, and now I find myself back here, and it's the community that makes me want to stick around too. And so I can completely understand that. So for those who don't know, what does the Taustin Group do? What is your business?
So we are primarily a restaurant and hospitality company. We operate 3 restaurants and a cafe, along with an arcade, miniature golf, and some various real estate. But we're primarily a restaurant and hospitality company that has rapidly grown over the last couple of years. But we're very, very excited about it.
Yeah. So you came into a family business.
I did.
And you and I have talked a couple of times about that's a really interesting career path to choose, because there's a perception that you were given everything. And there's also a personal desire to make your own mark. Can you describe to me a little bit how you've been navigating those waters?
Yeah, absolutely. People immediately look at multi-generational businesses and think nepotism.
Sure. Of course.
And while that is the case in many situations, it was absolutely not the case in mine. My father basically said, you want to do this, that's fine, but you're going to learn it the hard way. So there's nothing in the restaurant business that I have not spent time doing. Washing dishes, scrubbing floors, even, plunging toilets, cooking, cleaning, organizing, along with the administrative paperwork, accounting, and all the steps in between.
Hiring, firing, all the leadership aspects, as well as the on the ground. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Being customer facing, being behind the scenes, knowing that there's many, many things in the restaurant business where there is no glory, there is no fun, there is just hard work.
Right.
And frankly, the people who are in our business that do that every day, they're the ones that I applaud the most.
Yeah. So tell me about the vision for the Taustin Group under you. Like, what's new, what's different, what's happening right now?
So the biggest thing for us, since I've grabbed the reins from my father, is diversification and elevation. Diversification in that we want to spread our wings and not just be vested in one business, not just the restaurant business and not just dinner. So now we cover all 3 day parts with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We cover the entertainment side with our miniature golf and our arcade. We've partnered with some tenants that we have in our building. So like OC Axe Throwing, and also the other one, Brewing Company, which is a part of our group.
Yeah.
So it's been a great collaboration on all fronts to make our 23rd Street property multifaceted. And then Pier 23 in West Ocean City, which we've partnered with OC Bayhopper and Sail Alyosha, who basically sail out of are in and out of our restaurant, get their passengers and things like that. So we've had some great collaborations with them as well.
That's awesome. I was actually going to kind of lead to my next point about locals working together and supporting one another. Like the whole point of this whole series of Chamber Chat is so members can support members.
Yeah.
So these collaborations, these working with a brewery or the folks who, take booze cruises or whatever they're doing around town, like that is part of the community.
Absolutely.
That is part of what helps us all support one another.
Yeah. And one of the things that's always been fascinating is that Ocean City is a very cohesive community. Somebody trips and falls, other people are there to help lift you up. And for the most part, what I find fascinating is that most of the community looks at everything and as a rising tide situation. Somebody else comes to the community, it's just going to elevate those around them. So when we came to West Ocean City and started developing Pier 23, the people around us, the restaurant owners in the community, encouraged it. They were happy about it. They were excited about it because it was just going to make the commercial fishing harbor that much more vibrant. When we decided to redevelop our 23rd Street property after we hadn't actually done a highway side renovation since the 90s, everybody was like, wow, that's incredible. We're really excited. It's bringing something else to downtown. So
that's been my experience too. So we are largely in the business of serving tourists. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of tourists. There's plenty to go around. It is not a scarcity mentality. I've noticed it's more of a, to your point, all boats rise, everyone being, supportive of one another as we grow and kind of create a niche of, I used to be this, but now I've reinvented myself and I'm more in this lane now. And yes, there's another one kind of like that, but it's not exactly the same thing. And we can't all serve all the same people at the same time anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I know you're involved in the community. So you're part of leadership here at the Chamber. What else are you or have you been involved in community-wise?
So I just stepped off the board at United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore, but I'm still very much involved. Still very much support the Dine, Stay, Play United program, which allows restaurants, hotels, and other entertainment facilities to campaign to raise money for our local community. And so far, since we started, we've raised over $250,000. So it's been a tremendous effort and something that we're really, really proud of. And then I'm also on the board of the foundation at Tidal Health, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, especially you've been in that during the pandemic, which is it's a whole other can of worms dealing with healthcare. In that time period. That's a big deal. I can only
imagine what I got to do it kind of on the outskirts of it.
Yeah.
So for all of those that were actually physically involved, they really deserve all of the kudos because they just were amazing through the process.
Yeah. So what is one thing you wish people understood about the hospitality industry? Like, does it get a bad rap, and could you reframe it because you've been in it since the beginning for you?
Well, I'd say it's a multitude of things, but one of the things is the consideration that it's not a real job. We've had people that work for us and they're ready to grow with the company or they're ready to try new things. Like, when are you going to get a real job? It's like, well, it is a real job. It's also a seasonal job. It's also a way to make money when you're during the summer when you're in college, but it is also very easy to make a career out of it and a very, very good one if you want it to be. There's so many different directions to take in the hospitality and restaurant industries that you can learn so much from, and the amount of customer facing opportunities is huge.
Yeah, I was with a group of my peers, and I was reminding them that every industry needs people with soft skills. Mm-hmm. We need people who know how to interact with other people. Mm-hmm. And hospitality, especially if you're in front of the house, like you live and die by your ability to engage with people effectively and handle the unexpected and be quick on your feet. Mm-hmm. And all of that, whether you stay in that field or you go on to something else, that is foundational skills that will serve you throughout life.
Yeah, they definitely teach you patience and understanding.
For sure.
Because you can always tell the folks that come in that have never been in the restaurant industry, either coming in to work with us or mm-hmm. coming in to be a patron.
Oh, yeah.
You can always tell the difference.
They don't know what they don't know, Cole.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else I didn't cover that you'd like to share?
I think we've pretty much covered it all. It's been really exciting seeing the chamber evolve post-pandemic, and it's been a lot of fun to work on it and be a part of it. And it's seeing Ocean City evolve post-pandemic has been a real thrill.
Yeah, and for me, the big thing is people can actually live and work here year round.
Absolutely.
I came here as a visitor, and I made the choice to move here permanently, and I haven't regretted it a single day. And we were just having this conversation on the golf course for our golf tournament the other day. Like, nobody says, boy, I wish I hadn't moved to the beach.
Right.
There's plenty to do here, and businesses like yours keep reinventing themselves. So there's always something new and interesting to do here, and I love it. I just want more people to see it as a place to do more than just visit.
Yeah, so many people in this town are stepping up and making themselves better, making their businesses better, and I think it's about time we all stepped up and raised the expectations for what going on vacation in Ocean City can be. And I'm very, very excited that my team has really sunk their teeth into being a huge part of raising those expectations.
That is awesome. And you've got great people on your team. I've had the pleasure to meet a couple of them. And yeah, when we surround ourselves with a rock star team, there's almost no limit to how high we can go.
My family and I are very fortunate to have the team around us that we do.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you, Cole.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for paying attention. Catch you next time for